What is up, guys? This is Pinzo back with another video today, and what I have for you guys is a tier list. We have a tier list for the 1.8 patch, the Akeron patch that came out last week. I probably could have done a tier list earlier, but I waited a little bit, and now we're gonna do one. I'm gonna give you guys all the info on the tier list. I'll give you guys this screen so you guys can see who's up next. And yeah, so this is how I do my tier lists. S tier, this is must pick, must ban. If these heroes are not banned in your games, you should be playing them. They're very good. They will win you many, many games. I like to split up my A tier into A and A plus. A plus is going to be your like very, very strong, like borderline S tier. Probably not getting banned quite as much, but things that you should be playing every game if they're open. These are your solid picks. You could pick these any game. They'll do you fine. They're not necessarily bad. They're not necessarily overpowered. They're solid. B, I have this tier for situational or matchup dependent heroes. A lot of heroes are like really good in the matchup that they win or the couple of matchups they win. But outside of those, even in like not necessarily bad matchups, but like even matchups, they're just not as good. So that's what I have that tier for. C tier, these are going to be like not good. And then F tier, really bad. I don't think we have any F tier heroes at the moment. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But we're just going to jump right into it. Akeron. I think Akeron's like A+. I think he's getting banned quite a bit in my games at the higher end. I think he's quite good. I think people haven't figured out quite how to play him yet. I think he's better in the jungle than he is in the off lane. He's low-key a pretty good support. The push augment on his ultimate is really good. That's what I would run most games. It's very, very good. You go primarily, if you're going push augment in the jungle, you are going magic power HP items. Primarily, you can go a little bit of bruiser as well if you need some defense. Very annoying character to play against. Argus is like an A tier. He's fine. Good matchup into Faye. Pretty bad matchup into a like Rena Bell. Outside of those matchups, he's okay. Pushes wave good. Has decent damage late game. Good at killing objectives. Just a little less like actual pressure than most mids can bring right now. So just okay. Aurora, kind of similar, honestly. Really good pressure in the off lane, like level 1, 2, 3, 4. Really good pressure in the off lane. Outside of that, just doesn't seem to do enough, in my opinion. I think, again, really good lane control. In team fights, she can be good. Your team has to play around it properly. It can be really hard to pull off properly in ranked. The jungle, don't think she's worth playing at the moment. Good clear, but not great gank, not great objective fight. Like, as the jungler, you have to sit on the objective as the jungler, and it makes it hard to play Aurora properly. As a support, also probably just wouldn't play it. Lots of melees are good right now, but a lot of the melees that are good are the ones that beat Aurora, like Steel or Morn, and I just wouldn't play her there. But decent offlaner if you're playing against a tank. Boris, one of the better junglers still. Boris is the first of the heroes that I will call underplayed. Quite good, very good at carrying games. And people just don't play him very much. I don't know why I don't see him more than I do. He has great clear. He hits objectives at 5 minutes. Has a good ultimate. Has really good 1v1s. Very good. Just I don't see him played near as much as I would imagine I would see him played right now. Countess, probably A tier. She's good. Just I think she's primarily, I would play her as a jungler right now. I think in the off lane, people have learned how to play against her and the matchups that are good into her. Like, you can just kind of play tanks into Countess now and go Tainted Bastion. You're kind of chilling. It's not like a fantastic matchup, but you can just you shouldn't die in lane if you do that. In the jungle, her clear is pretty good. Her gank is pretty good. Pit fight as an as an assassin on an objective, always a little hard, just because you have to hit the buff, but you want to be, finding an ISO. It's a little bit awkward always. As a mid laner, I probably wouldn't play her. But in the jungle, solid clearing jungler if you snowball, really good. Crunch, solid champ. Good in the off lane, has some winning matchups into tanks. Really good into Terra Greystone as well. In the jungle, Pretty slow clear pre-6, post-6, really good clear, really good gank after 6, really good objective fight. You want to be kind of grouping with your team. You want to take those 5v5s. If you play him into low CC enemy team comps, if they don't have a mid laner with CC, he can be very, very strong. So good jungler, better in certain matchups, worse in certain matchups. In the off lane, yeah, really good into Greystone Terra. Probably still pretty good into Sev Morn. Outside of those, you'll lose quite a bit in the off lane, so just be careful. Decker, just the champ's always been good, man. It's too hard to nerf this character. She just has so much control. Really good lane pressure, has lane clear as a support, which lets you play characters like Kira and you don't get out pressured. Really good setup with stun into ult. Cage is a really good ability. Consistent damage from Q. Just a really, really good character right now in support. Drongo. This is the first one that I'm going to put kind of low. I'm pretty low on Drongo at the moment. You're playing a character, he really only has one augment. I think if you're not going AoE rad rounds, I think the character is probably worse. AoE rad rounds makes this character playable. I don't think he's awesome. You have pretty good lane pressure, like level 4, 5, and onwards because of rad rounds, but you have to use rad rounds on the wave, and rad rounds is your primary fighting ability, so you can't box if you're hitting the wave. It's really awkward. And then it's like late game, the payoff is that you have Drongo, who's like a little bit of a lower damage, like good against tanks kind of character, but it's just the payoff isn't worth like kind of the slow laning phase, in my opinion. I just don't think he does enough at the moment. A lot of the carries that are good right now are carries that can kind of like 1v5, characters with good mobility who can play through these team fights like hectically, have really good peel for themselves. Drongo just doesn't quite do that. Feng Mao, broken. Still broken. They nerfed Bruiser Feng Mao. They buffed Assassin Feng Mao. He's really good. You just take over lobbies with this character. If you ever get like 3 passive stacks before the 5-minute mark, the game should just be over. You should run over everybody. Speeds up your clear so much. He has good jungle clear to begin with. In the off lane, also very good. I think you could probably blind pick him in the off lane. I don't think there's really, like, Grux is probably the only thing I wouldn't want to play Feng Mao into in the off lane. Everything else is probably okay. As a mid laner, you can play him. Melee mids are a little awkward right now, just because the back timers are so short that makes melee mids a little less valuable, but still good, really good in the jungle. You just take over games on this character. Assassins are pretty good right now, actually, so which we'll get to. Gadget is a good character. However, she is slow. You are playing a scaling character that wants to play for the 25-minute mark, and on top of that, your early game itself is slow. Your early game's a little bad until level 6. Once you get level 6, you're online a little bit, but you're playing a slower character in ranked. Teams don't know how to play around their mage sitting a mile away and just doing damage. Teams don't really know how to play against that. A lot of people in ranked really only know how to play when they have their team on top of them, right? Like when they can see their team, that's when they're confident enough to make plays. And you don't see Gadget a lot when she's on your team. She should be way behind you doing damage, and you kind of just got to trust that. The character is good. I think it's hard to play in ranked. I wouldn't recommend it most of the time. Gideon, kind of the opposite, truthfully. Like almost a frontline mage. You have good range, but most of your damage comes from your ult in a fight, which you got to be on top of people. Really good mid lane pressure, has good clear, has portal to get out of dodge. Really good ultimate. You can go the True Silver build. You can go like a Wraith Leggings Combustion build that gives you crazy burst on your 1-2 combo. Both builds are good if they have a lot of CC. If you have to play engage, go kind of the HP True Silver build. If you're allowed to sit in the back and just throw rocks, you can go the burst build. Both are good. Character's very good, very safe, very easy mid laner to learn if you guys are trying to learn mid lane. Greystone, I think Greystone's meh. I think he's okay. A good jungle clear, good offlane clear. Outside of that, he doesn't do much. CC is really important right now out of the jungle. And I think if you don't have CC out of the jungle, I think your team is going to have a hard time fighting 2v2s, 3v3s, 4v4s on Feng's side. and it's just really awkward. In the off lane, I will say really good counter pick to Grux and Chimera if you guys are seeing that a lot in your ranked games. Greystone, if you take anti-heal augment, is a fantastic answer to both of those characters. He's a great answer to anything that wants to heal if you're willing to take anti-heal augment. But I think lacking CC makes him just a little awkward to play. He has fantastic clear if your plan is to AFK for the 20-minute mark. Fantastic for that. Pretty strong mid-late game. But just the no CC makes your early game team fights a little hard. Grim is like a solid ADC. He's fine. Does good damage, has good poke, has to scale a little bit, more of like a hyper carry. You really want to play for like 3-4 items, and then you're really online. You start two-shotting people. Early game, pretty good. Bubble's a good ability. You're still playing a fridge. You're still going to get hit by everything. So just keep that in mind. But pretty solid hyper carry if that's what you want to do. Grux, pretty good. Grux is pretty good right now. Primarily as an offlaner, I wouldn't really play him in the jungle. Playable in support, not fantastic. You have to be good at support. If you have good support fundamentals, Grux is good. Otherwise, bad. In the off lane, just kind of wins a lot of matchups, just auto wins a lot of matchups, especially against bad players. Like if you're in like silver, you can just kind of play Grux and click buttons on your keyboard and then you win. A lot of people don't really know how to play around it properly and they will just let you win because you're Grux. And that's pretty potent. Even at high end right now, Grux is pretty good. So pretty solid character, good clear, good fight. It's good. Howie, a solid mid laner in my opinion. I think he's really good against assassins. That's the primary time that I would play this character. If you're playing against Countess, Feng Mao, Yuri, he's very good. Struggles into Kalari, but very good into the other three. Outside of that, good in mid against characters like Bell, Argus, but outside of those matchups, doesn't really have great matchups in mid. Can win. Really good from ahead. If you ever get a kill, this character's insane. But outside of that, again, he just seems a little bit coin flippy to me. From ahead, the character's insane. From behind, I think he's a little mid. But all around, not bad. Iggy. I don't know. I don't think Iggy's great. I just don't see the reason to play Iggy right now, to be honest. They've nerfed him quite a bit. He does have good objective control. He has good lane pressure. I just think he loses to a lot of mids that are good right now. His team fights are hard to play at the moment. There's a lot of assassins that will just insta-kill him before his turrets get value. Just a little awkward. I don't think he's terrible, but I just don't think it's not his meta. It's not his time to shine. Even without buffs, this character could definitely come back and be good, but right now, not great. Kalari. Kalari is low-key pretty good right now. People have been playing her a lot in my games. She's been doing quite well. She's like borderline A+, honestly. This is a snowball character primarily. She's not, if you're even, you still have a very strong like 2-item power spike. If you are ahead, this character is just insane. Really good insta-kill combo. Really strong to just like get a lead. You get your lanes ahead by getting kills. Objective pulls are still awkward because you're playing an assassin, but you should never be taking an objective fight 5v5. Someone on the enemy team should be dead because you're Kalari. It's the character's quite good right now. Borderline A+. Might move up. I might move some stuff as we go on. Kalari might move up. Chimera, average jungler, epitome of average jungler. Really good early game, really healthy clear, really good for new players because it's hard to get invaded on this character. You win a lot of 1v1s early game. You have pretty good gank potential. You have really good gank potential after level 6. Good healing, good objective pull. You can hit objectives at 5 minutes. That's always strong on junglers. Falls off late game, but hopefully by the time you get to late game, your team is scaled, and then you start playing setup. You just start jump ulting somebody. Your team should insta-kill them. You turn into like almost a support late game. You're one of the better ADCs right now, borderline S tier, honestly, in my opinion. I think this character just takes over games. This character's almost like Revenant in the way that if Kira gets one kill in a team fight, it just feels like the team fight's over. It just is the way that the character feels like she functions. If she gets one kill in a team fight, if you are playing Kira, you get one kill, I think you should get 5. Like that's just kind of the way that it works. If you get that first kill, it feels like you should just kill everyone else. It's very, very good. If you pair it with a support like Decker, who has clear, it's very good. If you play it into melees, it's very good. It just a really good carry right now. Quang, also very good, primarily as a jungler. He's fallen out of favor a little bit in the off lane. Still has some good matchups, but has some harder matchups as well. Does a little less damage. The damage matters in the off lane because you are in the off lane 1v1. You have to do all the damage, right? In that 1v, you have to 100 to 0 them eventually. But in the jungle, you're kind of playing setup. Tether is a really good ability. You have a good all-in. You're really good at hitting objectives. You have pretty good jungle clear. You have good CC. You're good at taking like 4v4s in that Feng side. It's very, very strong in the jungle right now. In the off lane, it's just fallen off a little bit. Belle. I think Belle is pretty good. I think she's underplayed. I'm surprised I don't see more people picking Bellica. I think she has some really good matchups. She has a really good insta-kill combo. Once you get 2 items online, this character just kind of starts winning. You hit level 9, level 13, this character just wins. It's really, really strong late game. Her early game is significantly worse than it used to be, but I don't think it's bad. I think that her early game is still good. She keeps up with most other mid laners. Once you get your first base off, very strong. Morigesh as a mid laner, probably B tier. I don't think she's very good in the mid lane. As an off laner, you guys are gonna hate me, but as an off laner, she's A tier. This is a character who, if you are in a metal rank, this character will just win you games. If you pick her in the off lane, it's cringe. It's abysmal for me to even say that, but it's true. It's true. The character will just win you games at lower ranks because people don't know how to deal with it. Very easy to play. Click buttons. GG. It's very annoying. It works against bad players. Once you hit higher ranks, it'll stop working so often. But it is unironically okay in offlane. Morn. Pretty solid. He got nerfed a little bit. Morn offlane is a little worse now. I still think it's playable, but it's harder to play. Morn as a support is just really good. Morn ult is a really gross ability. He has healing in lane. You really shouldn't be dying in lane on this character. You have a lot of sustain, pretty good 2v2, really good 4v4, brings a lot of CC to the team comp that is very nice to have. So Morn, very solid support, like borderline A+, might move up. Murdoch, underplayed. I think this character is low-key broken. I think he's like borderline A+ to me. He's like top 2, top 3 ADCs. He feels fantastic to play. I don't know why. They didn't buff this champ. They buffed one of his augments. It's a fine buff. His traps are a little bigger if you take trap augment. Really good against melee heroes. If you're playing against like Greystone, Crunch, Grux, Morn, Richter, Murdoch gets a lot of value out of traps. Just feels really good to play. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this character just clicked with me or something, but it feels really good to play recently. Highly recommended if you need just a basic carry to play. Muriel. Honestly, similar to Gadget, but a little bit worse. You need your team to play around global Muriel ult, and people don't know how. People see you split pushing on Muriel, and they think to themselves, why the hell is my Muriel on the other side of the map? We're about to fight. But your Muriel has a global ultimate. She'll be in the fight when it starts, right? It's awkward to play because your team doesn't know how to play around it. I wouldn't recommend it if you're duo queued with like an offlaner, or you and your duo queue get 50-50'd. If you're playing support and you know who your offlaner is, you trust your offlaner, then you can play Muriel. If they play something aggressive like Kwang or Grux, it's very good. You just ult to them every time that their jungler ganks, and you win the 2v2 every time. Outside of that, I think you're going to struggle to get value out of her in ranked. Narbash. You would think that Narbash would be similar to Muriel. You would think that people don't know how to play slow, play around heals, but low-key, this character does a lot. This character does a lot. Passively just giving your team stats is so good. It's so good. You're passive. You're just healing your team the entire time. You give them move speed. You have a good slow on your ultimate. You have reliable, very reliable CC on your thunk to peel out your carry or set up kills. I think the character is very good. You do have to learn how to play laning phase properly. It's less survivable than Morn in the laning phase. Morn is kind of like Narbash, but a tank. So Morn can get away with a little more in laning phase without dying. Narbash, you have to make sure you aren't dying in laning phase, but very good character mid-late game. FaZe. Okay, listen, guys. FaZe is a support. Probably B tier. She's aight. This character, she's okay as a support. Good mobility, has good playmaking potential if the enemy team lets you. Basically, if they let you click all your buttons, pretty good. As a mid laner, like low-key almost A tier. I'm gonna put her in B, but low-key almost A tier as a mid laner. If you learn how to play FaZe mid, you will piss on people. And it's one of those where the higher ranks you get, the less that it will work. But at the same time, it's just like you will be able to skill diff people if you play FaZe mid. It's actually pretty gross. It does a lot of damage. Really good lane bully. Really good at getting the enemy mid laner behind. I think it is actually viable in ranked. Rampage, pretty good. Can play 3 roles very well. Offlane has been nerfed quite a bit on Rampage, but I still think it's solid. Jungle, very good. You can go any of his augments in the jungle. Tiny Titan is still fairly viable. Rumble gives you better clear. Boulder gives you better ganks. If you go Rampage support, you're taking the Boulder augment. It's very good. You can jump rock people, and it's kind of hard to react to because you kind of don't see it coming. But very good, very good. Very tanky, very solid front line for your team to stand behind. In ranked, people love standing behind their tanks and shooting who their tank is hitting. Rampage is really good for that, for setting up your team. Very good jungler, good clear, decent in the offlane. Rena is probably the best champ in the game right now. This character is beyond piss broken. If you go the mana build, you just can't die. You have really good damage. You one-shot everybody. If you hit 100 stacks, the game is over. If you hit 150, the game's been over. The character is just insane, man. Just insane character all around. It needs nerfs badly. They have to nerf her ultimate. I don't even think you have to slow down the rest of her kit. I think you just have to nerf her ultimate. But one of the most broken champs in the game. Absolutely free wins if you get Rena in ranked. Rev. Not bad. He's fine. Snowball hero, realistically, is what he is. If you're not ahead at the 10-minute mark, the game's going to be a little bit tough until the 30-minute mark. Once Rev has like 5 items online, he's OP no matter what. It doesn't matter how late in the game it is. But if you're not ahead, it slows that down a significant amount. The character, he is kind of a snowball champ. If you snowball, you'll win games for free. If you don't, kind of tough shit. But not bad. Richter, decent. Primarily as a support right now. I wouldn't really play Richter jungle. As a support, I think he's okay. You're just 50-50ing, right? That's just what Richter support is. If you're good at Richter and you're hitting a lot of hooks, fantastic support, S tier support. If you're not hitting a lot of your hooks, bummer, bad support, right? It's just a 50-50 when it comes to picking Richter. Just kind of how it always has been. Xerath. I think she's okay. I wouldn't really put her A+ right now. A good character for solo carrying ranked games, but I think she's just less consistent than a lot of the other junglers that you can solo carry on right now. Like even like Boris or Akeron or Feng Mao, these characters are just more consistent at winning the game for your team. Xerath just feels a little bit more coin flippy. It feels like if you don't pick her in the right spots, if you make a bad play early, your game just gets really hard. And it's just more coin flippy than the other junglers. Sevarog. Almost A+ as an offlaner. As a jungler, he's probably A. I think he's fine in the jungle. You're slow early, but you speed up late game. Solid tank late game. In the offlane, you win a lot of matchups for free, like Greystone or like Rampage. You kind of just win these matchups for free. But outside of that, you can get bullied if you get counterpicked. I think I don't know. I think he's really good late game. Right now, scaling champs are a little bit hard to play in ranked. A lot of ranked games seem very snowball-y. It's almost just better to pick a snowball character right now. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Let's scroll down a little bit. Shinbi. Solid. Good offlaner. Has lots of lane pressure. Decent jungler, but I wouldn't inconsistent. If you play Shinbi jungle, you have to make sure your mid laner has CC. Your mid laner's playing Bell or Argus or Rena, Shinbi's okay. If you're playing her off lane, you can play her into anything. Character kind of has no bad matchups in the off lane. If you are in a bad matchup, you just hit minions for the first 15 minutes, and then you get 3 items, and then it's not a bad matchup anymore, because this character kind of just beats everybody on 3 items. So you can definitely play like that. Very good side lane pressure. You can split push. You can go to team fights. You can look to clean. Good in both roles. Very good. Skylar. If you are controller player, Skylar's S tier. Aim assist joke. Unironically, character is better if you're playing on controller. A tier if you're not. Fine carry, does a lot of damage to tanks. I'm only picking Skylar if I see like double frontline on the enemy team. If they're playing like Richter Rampage or something like that, Skylar's very good. Outside of that, I think she's okay. Pretty good lane pressure, decent damage, decent 1v1. Outside of that, a carry that holds left click. Sparrow, as an ADC, Sparrow's probably B tier. She's not fantastic. I think she's just awkward to play. Good lane pressure, good 1v1, struggles in team fights a little bit. As a mid laner, if you're going Pen Sparrow, low-key A tier. I think it's actually just better right now. I think she's really strong in mid lane if you play her into squishy team comps. If the enemy team has like a Muriel or a Decker support, you can just feast on them as Sparrow. It's very strong. Very good team fight if you play her as a mage. And I think it's just better at the moment. I think it's just better. Steel, solid. I'd play him primarily as support at the moment. You can play him off lane. He's a good answer to Grux. But outside of that, I pretty much just play him as support. Good setup. A little bit of a rougher laning phase, but once you get out of laning phase, once you get level 6, you get to 4v4, 3v3s. In mid, very strong. Very strong setup character. Good peel. Really good peel for your carry if you need to keep them alive against something like a Sevarog, some big tank. Steel is very good for that. Terra, I'm going to put her in B tier. The character's not bad, but I think you're only ever picking Terra when you have a good matchup. I think that's the only time you would ever pick this character. You're picking her primarily as off lane. In the jungle, she's okay. She has her first clear is very slow. It speeds up after that. But I don't think you'd play her in the jungle. It's just like meh. Just meh. It's like crunch. It's like budget crunch. And you would just pick crunch instead if you want to play Terra. In the off lane, kind of similar. Honestly, it's still kind of budget crunch. Just has some like slightly different upsides of like its early game is significantly better against tanks. You play her into characters like Sev or Morn or Richter. It's pretty good in the off lane. Outside of that, I wouldn't really pick her. Faye. Where would I put Faye? I'd probably put her in A tier. I think she's fine. I think she's okay. If you are someone who's going to hit all your E's and just run down the enemy mid laner, epic. Faye's a good pick. If you're not going to do that and you're just trying to play for 5v5s, I think the character just becomes inconsistent. It requires your team to not be behind at the 10-minute mark for that like play style of Faye to work. And as you guys know, in Predecessor Ranked, you can't depend on your team to not be behind at the 10-minute mark. So if you're going to play Faye, I would probably just recommend going you could even go the double Spellblade build. You could even go, Cresselia Oathkeeper and just max E and just run at the enemy mid laner, try and get big, and then go from there. That's probably what I'd recommend. EB is A+. This was by far the best ADC last patch. Got some nerfs. His ult's a little less consistent. Rest of the kit's still pretty solid. Really good lane pressure. You can shove wave. You can fight. You don't need a support in your lane. Really good, like, self-sustaining ADC. Outside of that, pretty good team fight. Really good kiting. Really good against tanks. Anything that wants to walk at you, TB is good against. Probably still a top 2 ADC at the moment, in my opinion. Wraith. Okay, listen, guys. I'm going to put Wraith in B tier, because I would say he is, in fact, situational and matchup dependent. However, his character is very good. His character is very good right now. If you are a mid laner, again, similar to Faye, but probably better at it than Faye is, if you are a mid laner who wants to just walk at the enemy mid laner and kill them, Wraith is the guy to do it with. You can, in fact, just walk at the enemy mid laner and kill them over and over and over again and he's very good at it. He has a pretty good matchup into Rena, very good against Howitzer, playable into any mid. As long as your aim is good enough, he is as playable as your aim is good. If you were to literally have 100% accuracy in a game of Predecessor, you could pick Wraith every game and you'd win. Just the way that the character goes. Realistically, I think you're picking him as a counter pick to characters like Howie or Skylar or Rena in mid. Outside of that, I think he becomes a little bit more inconsistent if you aren't just mechanically cracked. Wukong. Solid as a jungler. Wouldn't really play him in lanes right now. As a jungler, pretty good clear, pretty good gank, pretty good objective control. You can invade really easily on this character because you have so many buttons to just get away. His invades are very good, so you want to play aggressive in the enemy jungle. You have more abilities than the enemy jungler. Just keep that in mind. If you click all your buttons on them, they won't have a very good time. That's kind of how you want to play this character. Pretty good in the jungle. Yin. Broken champ. I don't know. This is probably one you guys didn't see coming. Broken character. The more that I see it played, the more broken that it looks. Absolutely piss broken. You can play her in like 5 roles right now. Really good. You could play Yin ADC if you wanted. I've seen some people trying it to varying success. In the jungle, character is incredibly consistent. You farm out your first item, then you just win against people. You can play her in the off lane. Pretty good counter pick to characters like Yuri and Countess. If you play her in the mid lane, pretty good counter pick to Rena. Just a really good character. If you get 3 items on Yin, the game should be over. You should just win. It's really disgusting. If you go the lifesteal build, you're kind of just unkillable. Just a really gross character right now. Yuri, whoa, 2 in a row. As an offlaner, S tier. Best offlaner in the game right now, low-key. As a jungler, probably A+, honestly. Pretty good in the jungle still. Good clear, good gank, good fight. Mechanically demanding. You need to be able to land your abilities on Yuri. Her dash is very important. They did buff it. It's slightly larger. It's slightly easier to hit. But if you are good and you can just click buttons on the enemy offlaner, you will just win. Yuri is like almost uncounterable in the offlane right now. Really disgusting hero. You hit level 3, you literally, at level 3, you don't click buttons on the minions anymore. You just don't. You just walk at the enemy laner, and you can't lose. The character, she cannot lose a level 3 fight. It's disgusting. The character is very good. Very, very good in the offlane. Xerath. He's aight. As a jungler, he's fine. Good clear. Good gank. Good objective fight. As a offlaner, I don't know why you'd play him in the offlane. He's okay. Like, you have some decent early pressure with Spear if you are playing against a character you can space. But outside of that, you fall off fairly hard at level 6, basically. Xerath's ult in offlane 1v1s oftentimes is not enough to win. So just keep that in mind. As a jungler, he's fine. If you trust your team to follow up on you, then he gets better. And Zinx, bad. I think this character's not good. I will say niche counter pick to assassins. Okay, pretty good against assassins. If you Zinx ult the target that the assassin is going on, Zinx is really annoying to play against as an assassin player. If you don't, then you're useless. That's the only time I would pick her. She's good against Feng Mao. She's good. She's decent against Yuri. She's good against Seraph. She's decent against Kalari. She's good against these assassin type characters who want to just kit dump one person and get out. She's very good against those kinds of characters. Outside of that, I just don't think she's super worth playing. Tanks are really good right now in support, and the only like huge exception to that is Decker, and Zinx doesn't quite do what Decker does. Just kind of what it comes down to. Again, not a character similar to Iggy. I think this character could get 0 balance changes, and in a month or 2 months, like 2 balance patches, she'd probably be okay. Right. It's not her meta. I don't think it's her time to shine. If you're playing into Feng Mao, I think she's a fine pick. That's about it. About the only time I play her. So let's see. Let's peek the list. Who would I move? Let's see. Move anybody up to A? I don't think so. The game is pretty balanced. I mean, this has been the theme with Pred for basically since it came out. Like after the first 2 months it was out, the game's pretty balanced. Like obviously there are a couple of outliers on both ends, but there's not a lot. A lot of characters I think are in very playable states. Like you could pick a lot of characters every game, it would be fine. The game is fairly balanced all around. So yeah, that's my tier list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, that kind of thing. Otherwise, have a fantastic evening. As always, I've been Pinzo. This video is done, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.